Alright, kia ora folks, welcome back. Well, about to cook my dinner now, so just going to get the old damper on the way. It's just a basic damper premix, okay folks? Basic damper premix, which is old Bannock. You know, it's just normal plain flour. I've added a bit of wheat bran, it just adds fibre. I like mine quite tough. That's how I like my Bannock. Milk powder and butter, that's it. I'm not going to mess around here, I'm just going to whack everything on. Now some people don't use oil, sometimes I'll use oil. I'm going to use oil on this one, okay folks? So apologies if you don't like your damp or Bannock with oil. If I was to do oven bake, of course I wouldn't. You don't have to use it because you got butter. You got butter, you don't need it, but it's nice to have. Now there is a trick to cook damper and things, because this alcohol stove, you see, the alcohol stove only heats up things, it doesn't simmer things, okay? So there's no temperature control whatsoever. That's alright though. You don't, in a way you don't need temperature control, okay? There are certain things you can do. So we just whack it on. Put our rubbish away for a second. Heat it up. All you do is just kind of flatten it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be a little bit thinner than what it is. Then you just leave it for a few seconds or a minute. You know, fiddle with it around. Leave it for a few, a minute or a few seconds. Fiddle it around. You don't want it to burn. If it does get real golden, that's alright, okay? Doesn't matter. If it does start to get black, flip it over and she'll be right. Wait until you hear that, kind of firm, hollow-ish sound. She'll be right. Seems to be doing well. I don't technically need the windshield. So I'm just going to pop it to the side just in case I do. It's going to be there. Okay, it's starting to scorch a bit. That's totally fine. Just take it off. Might be time to flip it over. Now some people like their Bannock slightly doughy. I don't mind if it's slightly doughy. It's not too bad. Some people also strictly use treated water. You don't have to if you're cooking it properly. Okay, you don't have to use treated water. It can be just water you've collected. You don't need much. You need much water. Maybe 30, 40 mils tops. That's all you need, okay? Just kind of move it around. Alright, I'm going to cut you guys back in a second. I'm just going to finish with the damper and I'll catch you back onto the stir fry. Alright folks, now it's on to the stir fry. What I've got in here is, in the pot, is a teeny bit of oil, okay? One of these, this cost me 69 cents each from my special store. Of course I won't tell you where that is if you live in New Zealand. 69 cents. It's just basically, it's like an MRE meal, kind of. They're Indian based rice dishes, okay? All you need to do is heat them in the couch for 2 minutes in boiling water, or you can fry them. I'm just frying mine, okay? Frying mine up. And we got some smoked fish in here. Not much, just a bit. Maybe 100 grams, that's that. You know, it's dried smoked fish. It's reasonably dry. It's in a vac seal. It's in a reasonably cool backpack, okay? This is on day 2. It should last a week, in essence. And to make sure I get rid of the smell, what I'm going to do is actually wash my hands, because it does tend to taint your hands and everything. So I'm going to clean everything, give everything a quick wipe down. Otherwise it will just stink out everything, including your pack. But yeah, it's just a dried smoked fish. It cost me $11.50 for a whole one, and that was from the pot to here. Smoked. Okay, I only brought a couple 100 grams. About 3. Just break up all the chunks. Now you don't technically need the oil in there because A, it's got oil in the rice dish. B, this is kahawai, okay? Kahawai is a New Zealand species of fish which is quite oily, okay? So you don't technically need it. However, I added it in just for flavour and a bit more, you know, up the calories. Said the technique with using an alcohol burner, one that doesn't have any simmering or heat adjustments, is just to leave it on for a few seconds, stir. Leave it on for a few seconds, stir. Same with damper, okay folks? Damper Bannock. If you're cooking it on a fry pan, even dry or with oil or whatever, okay? Just leave it on for a few seconds and shake it around the pan. I love these DIY stoves. They work out so great. The downside, as I said, is A, there's only on and off. That's basically how they work. B, it's kind of hard to snuff them out. If you have no way to snuff them out, you just got to let them burn. That's the only way to do it. Okay folks, my dinner's nearly cooked. Okay. With a smoked fish, as I was saying folks, you don't have to cook it. It's not optional. I am cooking it anyway because it's so salty and everything. So we're just going to leave that for a few more seconds. Start putting my mess away. Anyway, chow time. Check that out. It's quite delicious. Good old smoked fish stir fry. Good old damper or bannock or whatever you choose to call it. It's chow down. Tell you what it tastes like. Veg is going to taste awesome. Last night's dinner, that was awesome. Pretty nice. Aside from the abundance of flies, it's a pretty enjoyable evening. Still plenty of sunlight out. It's 7:15. I don't know what time I'm going to head off to bed, okay? Hold on just one second. It's a little bit doughy. I don't mind it like that. It should be hard and hollow. That's the old school approach. Hard, hollow. Mine, I undercook it a bit. Reason why is I love to dip it in like soups or sauces or stews. Damper's real nice. Fills you up too. Also gives you that sticking feeling. Okay, what I'm going to do is finish this off